Hey everyone, Sonic Healy Gang here. Welcome back to the weekly recap. This week, it was bad. Pretty lame. Let's just get into it. But first, like and subscribe or I'll kick you in the balls. Let's start with a bang. So, Chase starts off the week getting chewed out by Ned. Why are you obsessed with your ex-wife instead of your current wife, my daughter? Not cool, man. So to prove that he definitely isn't, Chase takes Brook Lynn out on what would have been a date, but instead, as they walk to where they were going, they see a body on the sidewalk. It is a pregnant woman. Remember that these two wanted to adopt a child? I wonder what will happen here. I'm on the edge of my seat. Her name is Delilah, and she is not dead yet. Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? Pretty damn bad, honestly. To mercifully make a long story short, they take her to the hospital because she starts feeling like she's going into labor. Turns out she's having internal bleeding and they have to do a C-section. This saves the baby, but would you guess it, Delilah dies. Brook Lynn acts like she just lost her best friend of 20 years here. It would be a great performance, but it feels too fake for her to care this much. Empathy is one thing, but this is on another level. So yeah, it hasn't happened yet, but let's be real. They're not going to find any family for this woman, and Chase and Brook Lynn will adopt this baby and probably name her Lila because it both honors her mother and Lila Quartermain. Listen, I don't expect Shakespeare on this show. I know it's just a soap, and I know they want to do something that's more interesting than just the average adoption process. But come on, this was ridiculously bad writing. Wow, really bad. So predictable. You knew what the characters were gonna say and do before they did it. So much time was dedicated to this in the week too. They were on 4 days. I was literally sitting there saying, man, just die already. We all know that's what's happening. The only interesting thing about this whole situation and this Delilah woman was a tattoo that she had on her wrist that the show made sure to put focus on. What does it mean? We do not know. If I could hazard a guess, though, I think perhaps Delilah was an escapee from a cult, and that the big drama with this baby will be that one day the cult leader is going to come to town looking for their daughter. But that's just a theory. It could mean anything, really. It could mean that she liked waffles. In other news, Charlie's is reopening. They dropped this on us out of nowhere. I guess it was the theme of the week. Last we heard, Charlie's was permanently closed, but Daddy came to bail out his little girl. So Christina has a job again. Maybe she can get some story of her own now instead of following around her brother and sister and putting her nose in theirs. Sonny, Michael Corinthos the third, who has a cut on his lip from Chase kneeing him in the stomach, and Jacinda are invited to come see the place. They very briefly discuss that Willow will be a congresswoman. Michael is just like, my psycho ex-wife is going to be a congresswoman, and now she can use the power of the seat against me just like my creepy uncle did. That sucks. Oh well. And, that's all he's got to say about that, pretty much. Okay, man. Michael, do you at any point want to do, anything? Anything? Retaliate in some kind of way? Hatch a scheme, perhaps? No? Alright. And this is the only time we see Michael this week. again. One day. Which is... what the fuck are we doing here? Have we lost our damn minds? These just aren't enough Michael minutes. This man is great. There's no can be. There's no potential. Rory Gibson is great. He is the future, yes, but he is the present as well. But you need to give him the room to be great. And all of a sudden, we aren't doing that. I don't know whose idea it was to bench the star quarterback, but do not let them touch the pen ever again. There is no amount of Michael that is too much. So Michael leaves to see Dante so that he can tell him the Drew investigation is dead. Thank God. Christina leaves with Jacinda because honestly she's more her girlfriend than Michael's. Sonny takes this opportunity to have a one-night stand with Miss Turner. Okay. Who cares, honestly? It happened. They didn't even sleep together because this whole week is one day in universe, by the way. There was no scene for them. They basically said, we're gonna have sex. And then, 2 days later, they were back on screen. And they said, wow, we just had sex. Cool. I feel absolutely nothing here. Sonny seems bored. He seems bored in these scenes. Let's just move on. There may be hope for peace between Curtis and Portia after all. This week the two were geared up to sell their house when suddenly Curtis refuses to, instead offering to simply give his half ownership of the house to Portia so that their child can be raised there, and Portia accepts. It's a wholesome little moment. It definitely feels like the writers suddenly realized they were making Curtis very annoying and are trying to course correct, but whatever. They leave on good terms, and Curtis goes to Jordan, and Jordan offers very plainly for him to move in with her.
Why don't you move in here with me?
To this, Curtis responds asking,
You asking me to move in with you?
No idea where he got a crazy idea like that. Him and Jordan do move in together. Both Curtis and Jordan and Portia and Gannon sure are moving pretty fast. I've been ignoring a big elephant in the room, one that Jordan frankly did a terrible job of ignoring. Jordan thinks she may be pregnant, evidenced by her glancing constantly at the pregnancy test in her purse. Let's be real, this show is being extremely predictable right now. So Jordan will be pregnant. Is this show really about to give Curtis 2 kids all of a sudden? I guess we'll see. If so, Portia, I don't think Jordan will be going anywhere anytime soon like you're hoping. Meanwhile, with Trina and Kai visited Willow offering to help her with her transition into office and to hire new staff, specifically his replacement. But, nah, kid, it ain't that easy. Willow wants Kai to stay and be her intern now. Kai could refuse, but he just can't. He feels it's his duty to keep an eye on Willow if he can, because he's the reason she's still a free woman. Earlier in the day, he had talked to the police about the key Michael had, to which he told them there's not a chance on this earth that Drew or anyone else with a key to the house gave him that key. Which technically is wrong. I mean, Willow gave it to him, but I digress. Kai told Willow about this questioning, by the way, which I initially thought was really stupid, but I think he was fishing to see what her reaction would be. And I think he got what he was looking for, because after his meeting with her, he goes and updates Trina that he'll be keeping his position. And Trina asks him if he thinks she planted the key on Michael, to which Kai believes it's certainly possible. Kai is on to her ass, and he's only getting in deeper. Now him and Trina are suspicious that she put that key on Michael. How long until Kai realizes that Drew is paralyzed because of her? And what happens then? They're putting the weight of the world on Kai's shoulders suddenly, but quite frankly, if he ever discovers the real truth, I do fear for that young man's life. Also, Trina is gonna become a singer. Yeah, they just, again, randomly dropped that at the end of the week. Cool. Good for her. I mean, she has an amazing voice. It's just, like, there was no build up to this either, though. Lulu and Nathan had quite a busy day. From Thursday of the prior week until Friday last week, it is all one day on this show. How do I know this? Nina's arms. You got a license to carry those guns, woman. She, and everyone else actually, are all wearing the same clothes from that time frame. Nina just stands out because of the arms. It's winter in New York, girl. Why are you going sleeveless? Anyways, all in one day, Lulu interviews the new congresswoman, decides she'll be in a relationship with Nathan. She goes to Carly's house. She comes to the hospital where she sees Nathan and they kiss, which Felicia oversees. Felicia chews her ass out, and then Lulu goes to deception and tells Maxie about her and Nathan. All in one day. Maxie, would you believe it, does not take this news well. Total violation of the cis code. Foul ball. Flag on the play, man. Maxie is pissed. And she's like, if you want my blessing, you don't have it. And Lulu doesn't fight her on it. She's just like, well, I hope you'll understand one day. And leaves. And that's how the week ended with them. So, we'll have to wait to see if the drama really erupts there. By the way, Liesel is leaving. That sucks. I love Liesel. She's really funny. But now it's time for the main event. It is something. We're talking spy games here. It starts with Sidwell planning a dinner party at Windermere with Carly and all her family. He even invites Brennan. Ava is also invited, as is Lucy. Oh my. Words cannot describe how excited I am for that. Genuinely. Meanwhile, Joss visits Carly's house. She arrives while Lulu and Charlotte are there. She calls out for her mom and Lulu responds, even though she is not her mother. Those two leave, but Joss stays. She hears a bump in the attic, and she investigates. And she finds Valentin. Joss actually accomplishes something. Oh my god. And via kick to the precious only remaining on-screen Cassadine jewels, she subdues him. But her mother catches her. And we get the confrontation we have been waiting like a whole year for between Joss and Carly. And it doesn't disappoint. Joss is really feeling herself right now. She's screaming, I am an adult. And she shoves her own mother. Carly should have slapped her for that. I don't care what you are, bro. You don't shove around your own mama. They leave Valentin in the attic to go talk in the kitchen. And of course, Valentin gets free. I mean, he's a super spy. Joss is still yelling, dog, they could hang you for this shit. And Carly's like, nah, it's fine. Carly reveals she's known Joss is an agent for a long time. And when Joss questions why she never said anything, she says it's because she wanted Joss to come clean. But Joss couldn't come clean to her. Lying to her was her job. Carly says that she can tell her anything, but like, judging by what she did when she found out, I don't think that she could have. Joss is like, man, that fucking snake without a tongue, Jason. I can't believe he ratted me out to you. Of course he did. That's my fucking boy. Ton of truths come out here. Joss reveals she killed Cyrus and that Jack led her to figuring out he was killing people. And Joss tells Carly that the big reason for her doing all of this and joining the WSB was because of Sonny. Oh my fucking god, bruh. Girl, let this shit go, man. He's basically retired. All he does is make lasagna. We get the usual, Sonny is dangerous. He's endangered all of his children. That's true. Yes. She says Sonny is the reason Morgan is dead, though, which is not correct. Morgan died in a car bomb meant for Julian Jerome, planted by Olivia Jerome. And he stole that car because his meds were being messed with by Ava Jerome. That shit was a Jerome family affair. Carly, as always, refuses to flip on Sonny, infuriating Josh more. Josh tells Carly she doesn't want to turn her own mother in, so she will give her 24 hours to get Valentin out of her house, and she storms off. I just want to circle back for a minute. Josh wants to take down Sonny so that her family, and Josh considers most of Sonny's kids to be like family to her, can be safe. Let's be clear. Sonny going down does the exact opposite of that. The show made it really clear that if Sonny goes down and nobody immediately fills that power vacuum, that his kids will probably all be killed so that they never can fill it. So Joss wants to put them all in more danger, basically. I understand what she's saying. Certainly Sonny's kids have had to pay a heavy price for him being their father. Christina and Michael were both caught in fire bombings last year, Michael almost dying from it. Michael specifically has suffered many times just because he was Sonny's son. But the fact of life is there's no changing now that they are Sonny's kids. And as at danger as they might be for it, they'll be dead men and women walking without the power that Sonny has. So what would happen if Sonny did get taken down? Probably Jason takes over. If he's still here, that is. That, or one of the kids has to do it. I don't think Carly can take over again, seeing as her and Sonny aren't married anymore. Dante is the police commissioner, so he can't do it, as sick as it would be for the commissioner to play double agent. That narrows it down to Michael or Christina. Consider those two options for a second. Yeah, it would have to be Michael. Christina is not built for all that. You thought Sonny's mental issues made it hard for him to be the Don. Christina would be a whole new disaster. Michael has also already seen the horrors of the mob firsthand more than any of Sonny's kids. There's a lot of reasons why it would probably be Michael. I actually want to make a video about this, but let's not get sidetracked. My whole point here is that all Josh really would be doing is setting up Jason, who's of course very dear to her and Carly, or Michael, her brother, to be forced to become the next crime lord of Port Charles. That sounds extremely counterintuitive to her goal of protecting her family from the horrors of the mob. Josh really is not thinking any of this through. None of this is even considering the emotional damage she'll be doing to her loved ones by putting Sonny away. Donna and Avery lose their father at a very young age. Christina, Dante, and Michael, as much as they've suffered, always try to protect him if they can. They'd be the first ones to be pissed with Josh for this. Even if Sonny's kind of been a piece of shit to Michael lately. Sonny has grandkids too, who are Josh's nieces and nephews. This would just be a disaster, man. It's not necessarily bad writing for Josh not to be thinking this through like this, though. Or for her to still hate Sonny. Given who her father is, it's kinda appropriate. But nobody mentioning these things to her is crazy to me. Maybe that moment is coming, though. I may have an issue with the writing, so this might sound a little crazy, but the prestigious Healy Gang Performer of the Week award goes to Eden McCoy this week. Agent Jax. She squeezed all that she could have out of this. Certainly, standing across Laura Wright brings out the best in her, but I was very impressed by Eden this week. So, take this award. Get out of my office. After this tense exchange, Joss goes to Jason's coffee warehouse to have it out with her sort of partner in this whole mess. Unfortunately, he isn't walking around with a clipboard counting his beans. He's having a moment with Britt when Josh struts in like the big woman on campus and orders her to leave. Britt is clearly thinking, who's this bitch think she is? But Jason sends her away so they can talk. Britt goes back to the hospital where she gets jump scared by Brennan aura farming. Thank God he finished his Candy Crush level before she got there. Britt isn't in the mood for this shit though and tells him he ain't shit and that Cullum is the only one she's actually afraid of, letting Jack know that Cullum is working with Sidwell. An interesting development. Back with J&J Security though, Joss is still pissed that Jason ratted her out. Jason basically says the same thing Carly did, which is that, first and foremost, Jason is Carly's boy. But Joss is like, well, hey, you dumb mute. Did you know Valentin is in her attic? No. Well, he is, you dumb bastard. I guess you guys don't tell each other everything. Bitch. Now go over there and take care of this problem. You've got it, Jocelyn. I'll go kill Valentin Cassadine. I'll get right on it. No, that's not what I meant. You don't gotta kill anyone. Just go be what you've always been. But you just told me not to kill anyone. I meant be my mom's bestie and convince her to drop that sleaze. Because we all know she's not gonna listen to me. Man, she don't listen to me either. She listens to you more than anyone else. So Jason agrees he will talk to Carly. That's not before she tells Jason what her being in the WSB is really about.
Sonny.
Huh?
Yeah, she tells Jason Morgan about her plans to destroy Sonny. I don't know what to even say about that. That is fucking hilarious. I wish Jason said something like, well, I was the one actually committing all those crimes. Like, are you taking me down too? But Josh says, oh no, that was different because it just is. And while this is all happening, Carly and Valentin are talking. She tells him he's gotta go, but he doesn't want to. From their conversation, he very clearly has started caring about Carly. This man went from laughing at Brennan, "You fallen for Carly Spencer?" to, "I can't leave you all alone to deal with these people. We're partners." Brother has fallen into the Carly vortex. It's as powerful as the Corinthos charm. Val, you're not the first, and you'll be far from the last. So, Joss is pissed about Valentin being here. So naturally, Carly decides to sleep with the man. Beast mode. Beast mode. This scene was actually hot as hell. I can't believe it. I had forgotten this show can be sexy at all. All we ever do is cut to the next day, but not this time. Highlight of the week. These two have crazy chemistry together. Who would have ever guessed? But, that's it for the week. That was something. One of the weeks of General Hospital of all time. It was bad, honestly. Hopefully next week is better. I don't know when it will be, but I am at least really looking forward to that dinner party. If this show was cool, they'd do a whole event around it. Get Carly's whole family there, Joss included. Fuck it, bring Sonny too, just for the jokes. Brennan is there while Valentin's sneaking around the house. Ava and Lucy just causing issues the whole time. Have Sidwell invite all the people he got under his thumb. Like, Oh, hey, have you met Congresswoman Willow? And he seats her right across from Michael. And of course, Sidwell needs to be wearing some whimsical Willy Wonka-ass attire to host this. Make it a whole party. Please don't fumble this. But that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all have a nice day.